Hi guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make this ultra gooey cheesy mac and cheese cake. So without further ado, let's hop into the video. So for today's video, I'm going to be using two 6-inch cakes, and to carve a cake I'm using a small circular board and I'm carving around it to make the bottom of the bowl a flat surface. When it comes to carving a cake, you want to remember that it's always easier to take more off than it is to add more on, so I would do it little by little. After I've taken the top part off, I'm just softening those sharp edges and rounding the cake out, and you start to see the bowl come to life. Then you just want to go ahead and fill the cake, and I'm using blue buttercream because it's what I had left over. And then we're going to do the famous crumb coat and chill. So for curved cakes, I do use flexible cutting board that I just cut into little squares depending on the size of the cake, and they're almost available anywhere. It's way easier to use than a straight edge would be, and it bends to the form of the cake. So once your cake is finished chilling, you're just going to go ahead and apply the final coat. Make sure you fill in all the gaps and gashes so that when you cover it with fondant, you don't see any imperfections. Once you're done with that, you're just going to put it in the fridge to chill. So when it came to the bowl, I had a lot of different ideas. I just decided to go with the classic white bowl. I didn't want the bowl to look too basic, so I did take some aluminum foil to try to create a stone texture. I then just covered my cake, and you want to take your time so the fondant doesn't rip. It already has little dents in it, which makes it easier to rip. So now I'm just using my fondant smoother to seal in the fondant, and I'm going to take my knife and cut away the excess. So I didn't use buttercream to stick my cake to the board just because I knew I was going to turn it upside down. And once I turn it upside down, I am going to add buttercream to the top just to do an extra crumb coat. Now I wanted my bowl to have a lip, so I just created that same texture, and I used a strip cutter, I believe it's called, and created the lip. Now you're just going to wet the top part of the cake and add the rim to the cake. You want to leave a little bit hanging over just to create that lip for the macaroni. Now on to making the pasta. I used ivory colored marling chocolate and I rolled that out into a log and then cut those into smaller pieces. And once they're all cut into smaller pieces, I'm actually going to curve the noodle. Once the noodle has been curved, you're going to take a ball too and just make indents in the end of the noodle. Voila, macaroni pasta. You're going to repeat this process until you have a nice amount of macaroni noodles. Alrighty, so for the cheese sauce, I used some white chocolate and added some milk and melted it down. I then added some orange food coloring and yellow food coloring to make the cheese sauce. And for the pepper, I took black sanding sugar and crushed it down. Now these, I guess you could call broccoli pieces. I used green sanding sugar and just mixed it in. And then once that was mixed in, I added the crushed black sanding sugar to make the pepper look and mix that all together. And now you have this yummy, flavorful looking cheese sauce. Now that all your pieces are made, I strategically placed all my macaroni noodles in the bowl, trying to fill in all the gaps that there were. And then once I filled that in, I went ahead and added my cheese sauce and I brushed it on to try to make it look real and fill the noodle gaps, and it just looks amazing looking at it while I'm doing it now. So I did add cheese drips. I actually really liked the way it looked. I added more black sanding sugar to the top of it, and I'm actually quite surprised. I surprised myself, guys. So while I was cutting it, it was kind of hard because the modeling chocolate and the ganache were cold, so it kind of burned up. I think next time I would just not refrigerate it. And there you guys have it, a Mackie cheesecake. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and thanks for watching.